Have you ever stopped to consider the tiny glass bottle sitting on your vanity? It appears to be just a liquid, but within it lies an incredible story of nature, time, and human artistry. Today, let's embark on a journey to uncover the magic behind how it's made. The story of perfume doesn't begin in a laboratory, but in the ancient temples of the world. The very word perfume reveals its secret, originating from the Latin perfumum, meaning through smoke. Thousands of years ago in Egypt and Mesopotamia, people didn't spray scent, they burned it. They believed the sacred smoke of incense carried their prayers directly to the gods. In Egypt, fragrance was a symbol of divinity and status. Legend has it that when King Tutankhamun's tomb was opened millennia after his death, a faint mystical scent still lingered in the air. Later, during the golden age of Islam, the Persian scholar and physician Avicenna revolutionized the art by capturing the very soul of the rose through distillation, creating rose water. In the 16th century, Catherine de' Medici brought her personal perfumer from Italy to France. This sparked an unusual connection between perfume and leather. Fragrance was used to mask the unpleasant odors of leather processing, and this very practice transformed the small French town of Grasse into the world's perfume capital. Let's travel to the south of France, to the enchanting town of Grasse. Since the 1750s, the sun and rich soil here have nurtured flowers specifically for perfume. This isn't just a business, it's an art form passed down through generations. Look out across the horizon at the famous Lavender Fields of Grasse. They stretch out like a sea of purple silk, but this beauty comes from relentless hard work. A single lavender plant takes 5 full years to reach maturity. From May to September, farmers live by the rhythm of the sun. The best time for harvest is at dawn, when the essential oil in the petals is at its peak. Where lavender is resilient, other flowers are incredibly delicate. In the world of fragrance, the rose is the queen. But this queen cannot be harvested by machine. Every single rose must be picked by hand with the utmost care. One wrong squeeze can bruise the petals and ruin its precious scent. And then there are the jasmine blossoms, like tiny fragrant stars. They are so sensitive that the heat of the sun can make their fragrance evaporate and disappear. So before the first light of dawn, workers' baskets are already filling with these white stars and red queens. Time is the greatest enemy here. As soon as the flowers are picked, they must race to the next destination, the distillery. The distillery is where science and magic meet. Huge tanks are filled with fresh flowers, and hot steam is piped through them. The heat gently opens the tiny pockets of oil within the petals, causing the flowers to sweat their fragrance into the vapor. This vapor then travels through cold pipes, condensing back into liquid. And floating on top of that liquid is the most precious prize, the essential oil. But look closely at how little there is. To produce just half a kilogram of rose oil, you need 2.5 tons of rose petals. This is why it's called liquid gold, the heart of thousands of flowers concentrated into a single drop. This precious oil then goes to the laboratory of the nose. A nose is a master perfumer with an extraordinary superpower, the ability to identify thousands of different scents. Their workspace is lined with a perfume organ, a desk filled with tiny bottles of every imaginable aroma. A perfumer is like a composer, writing a story with smells. Every fragrance has a beginning, the top note, a middle, the heart note, and an end, the base note. The oils are carefully blended with alcohol, which helps carry the scent into the air. Finally, the mixture is left to rest in large tanks for months. This is the maturation period, where all the different notes marry and harmonize, becoming smooth and perfect. A fragrance crafted with such care deserves a beautiful home, and the story of the bottle is just as captivating. It begins with simple ingredients: sand, soda ash, and limestone. These are melted together in a furnace at 2,900 degrees Fahrenheit until the sand transforms into a glowing red-hot liquid. This molten glass is cut into precise drops and dropped into molds. A blast of air shapes it into a bottle. After a slow, careful cooling process to strengthen the glass, each bottle is inspected. Even a tiny bubble or scratch is rejected. Only the perfect ones move forward. Now we arrive at the final stage, the filling station. With incredible precision, machines pump the perfume into the bottles. The spray pump is attached by hand, and a unique batch code is stamped on the bottom. Finally, a worker in soft white gloves gives the bottle one last polish before carefully placing it into its elegant box. Our story that began with a single purple flower in a sun-drenched field in France has now arrived inside a small glass bottle. Within it lies the farmer's sweat, the gentle touch of the harvesters, the genius of the perfumer, and the fire that shaped the glass. So, the next time you spray on your favorite fragrance, don't just smell a scent. Breathe in the hills of grass, the morning dew, and the love of countless hands. Remember that you are carrying a piece of art with you every single day. May your every day be fragrant.